Hey, what is up, guys?
Yo,
Today, as you can see right at the bottom of the screen, it says emergency broadcast. This is a emergency broadcast after my bro Q dropped a bomb on me on Sunday.
um, I mean, you call it a bomb. It's more like gas.
You got some explaining to do, bro. You got explaining to do. But before we get into that, yo, bro, just pull out what you got today. Just pull out what you got today.
I just came from picking up the Ginger
Gingers,
14,
Ginger 14s.
and let's get right on into it with me having this in hand. I entered one raffle yesterday.
Yep.
I entered the raffle yesterday morning, the day before they came out, and sure enough, I got my size, and I did that purposely, even though that shoe is not for me.
Yeah.
So I really do need the pair because it's for black. But with that being said, I said, you know what? I'm gonna be able to win this raffle. Just entering one raffle, one single raffle, not entering 8 raffles or 10 raffles. I entered one raffle and I hit just like I thought I would
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's not the same, bro. We've been saying it
Pull,
for a
pull, pull
while.
up, pull up, pull up the evidence, bro. Pull up the evidence. I know you've got some evidence, bro, because like these Ginger 14s haven't released yet, but you were showing me stuff
Bro,
all day.
okay, you remember the Toro 14, right?
Yeah, the Toro 14's dope.
14s go like the new buck 14s. Here
Hmm.
they go. They always go. This suit is selling, but you can get it. Like you know how it is. You've heard people complain enough. You've heard American people complain enough about Saturday. It's not
Yeah.
Saturday anymore. You know what I'm saying?
It's every day, bro. It's every day.
Bro, it's so easy. It's so easy. Man, hold up. Because you can still get certain sizes. Now a couple hours ago, it was a lot more pairs available. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
like
I seen the receipts, bro. You sent me the receipts. Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
like an hour after release, you can still get and look at the size. These are prime sizes,
Yeah.
8 through 11.
You know what's interesting? When the Toros came out, where the Toro 14s came out, they were gone. Like once they were gone, they were gone. You could not. There was no restocks, no nothing,
No,
no.
no,
And bro, when's the last time we talked about a Jordan sitting in the States? Okay, we have it around Europe and we have it around the UK, and we've seen it more and more because like I feel like I always say this: the epicenter of just the market for sneakers is the US, and it's like a drop in the ocean. When you drop the ocean, the waves resonate everywhere else. So we're out on the outskirts of that wave because the whole whole industry, sneaker industry, is US bias. I'm going to be honest, it's US bias, but we what happens here doesn't necessarily happen in the US, right? So right this moment in time, we're seeing sneakers sit in the US.
yeah. I mean, it's been proven over and over again. I mean, look at this, bro. Eight
Bro,
through 8 through 13. 13, bro. You couldn't find 13s 6 months ago, 5 months. Like, okay, so this is what I want to ask you because I can't quite remember exactly when it started happening. I want to say it was I know it was after the Crimson Fours, it was after the Oreo Fours, it was what when was it? Like what happened?
did you get heritage sit? Did the heritage one sit in the States?
It didn't sit like this green bean is in because the green bean's been out for a while now. In sneaker
Okay.
terms, the green bean's been out for a while, and it's a full size run sitting on JD Sports, like one of the premier online places to get shoes because it seems more fair. Like it doesn't seem bodied. It doesn't seem bodied. You can hit on
Yeah.
JD. You can hit on Finish Line. And Like the green beans is, I mean, it's not an OG, but it's a classic colorway come back. The way that real sneakerheads want to see it come back, and it's sitting there, and
Yep, yep, yep.
it ain't going for nothing resale. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff you can find under retail is it's getting ridiculous, bro. So I heard from a very reliable source that there are pairs of the dark iris threes.
Yep, yep, yep.
There were pairs of this Ginger 14, and also pairs of the Stealth 12s and the Stealth ones going out the back door at retail.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah,
I, I, I thought I thought you saying to me that this is the bombshell. Like I knew the Ginger 14s because you told me on Sunday your reliable source told you the Ginger 14s were actually backdoored for retail, and I was like, what?
yeah.
I was literally like, what? And like then you told me that your reliable source, and you didn't tell me about the stealths. You didn't tell me about the stealth 12s, other
I did,
ones.
I did. I
No,
said
you
the
told me
12.
about
I
two
said the
sneakers.
12. I didn't say the ones. I said the 12. But
Okay,
the main thing was about the 14s. No, no, no. I'm sorry. The thing was about the dark irises and the 12s.
yeah.
They were backdoored for less than retail.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why I failed to mention the ones. But I've seen pictures of the ones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've seen them floating around online, but I've seen pictures that I know who took the picture of the ones also. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
so you're telling me somebody somebody offered in a retail store, somebody offered your reliable source or the Connect the Dark Iris Jordan 3 for less than retail. You
like
right now
$10 less or something like that
li- yeah, but it's still less than retail, bro. What the hell?
for pairs. I mean, pairs, bro. Like how many you want?
Yeah, 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 yeah. To get you, yeah. This is why we're doing this live. This is why we actually want a discussion. The sneaker game is actually changing as we speak. I think the first time I noticed it, or first time I noticed it for you guys was when the Midnight Navy sat. You talking about you seen Midnight Navy sitting, but there was another sneaker before that that actually sat. There was another sneaker that before that that was like you said you seen it around and you seen it once or twice, but that was it. But you said it sat. It literally sat, and I was like, wow. Like, and when Midnight Navy is a classic colorway. It's like almost classic six, and it's just sitting. And bro, the Citrus Sevens,
Mhm.
like, that's that's so
They
disrespectful, bro.
selling out. They selling out. I was checking before we started live. Citrus sevens are selling out. They sold out
Yeah,
on Nike.
but
Um,
but but they didn't sell out on the day. This is the whole
no, no,
point.
no, no, no.
You still could get your pit if you slept like literally the famous phases. Don't sleep over the last 5 to 10 years. Don't sleep. Now it's almost like sleep a little, wake up, get your sneaker, and that's it, bro.
Yeah,
You can snooze the button a couple of times.
it's totally different, bro. Like I ain't. It's we going back. We going back. I mean, even just a couple of sizes, you wouldn't see that. And I truly believe I can click on this, add the cart, boom. Uh
Yeah.
oh.
Just to answer Scott's question, Scott did say the Citrus Sevens basically didn't hang around. It didn't hang around, but you can still get pairs in store. And like testament to Scott because Scott has made this happen. And shout out to Scott. Right, bro, like I'm just saying. I'm just saying taxis for days. You don't need to wait for no taxis, bro. You get taxis for days. So So like on that note, yes, and that shout out to Scott because Scott actually assisted the Brendan the pair.
Yeah,
To the one.
Scott called me this morning and asked me if I wanted a drink.
Scott's like, "Do you want a taxi, bro?" Bro, the thing is that this is the great thing about it is the fact that you right this moment in time you can go to get the sneaker you really want. So be it a taxi, be it a stealth one, be it the gorge green one, you'll be able to get them. You'll be and any Jordan ones, I think you'll be able to get. And any sneaker that isn't hyped, like the Travis Scott Jordan One lows, yeah, that's gone. Any Travis Scott bar like anything that's not like Air Max ones or trainer ones. Trainer ones keep restocking. If anything that's popular, like a Jordan 4, Travis Scott Jordan 4, or a Travis Scott Jordan 1, they are selling out. The hype stuff, the Amamania 4s will sell out. Um, Anything that's really hyped and special will sell out. Now, like when you're looking at normal GRs, big stocks of sneakers, yeah, it's gonna go. They're gonna stick around for ages. And Papa Bear J basically said it spot on. The economy is affecting the sneaker game a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And but you know what the funny thing is, bro? Dunk's still hot.
And it depends on the dunk. We discussed it. We discussed it on the Shooter podcast yesterday, like when it was showcased yesterday.
But
Look,
dunks are casually hot now. So not
the
even
casually.
not sneakerhead hot. They casually hot. So dunks
Yeah,
still.
but it depends because like Jenny wanted those new dunks. I can't remember what they're called now. The foam, can't remember what they're called. But you know it looks like a alternate dunk which has got what the vibes to it and it's got the
Pro skate.
embossment on the. Hmm?
Pro skate.
There's the throw skates. So I wanted to go in for her. She missed it on sneakers day, but she was like, no, 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 I got the raffles. I got the raffles in for another Route One, and she copped on Route One, and then like that's not even going much above retail. So it depends on the dunk, bro. It just depends on what dunk you get. Like like we discussed this on the Shooter podcast. I'm not going to repeat it. The pandas are different. Reverse pandas are coming out. You got all these different variations. You got all these different variations of like panda like dunk lows that are coming out, and they're all going to sell out. They're all going to sell out because people are feeling they're not even SBs. They're just dunks, and they're selling out because they're popular. They're poppy. They're popular.
Wave.
And
That's the wave. It's lasted for a
yeah,
while too.
yeah. But bro, there's no hype on Jordan ones anymore at all, bro. At all.
I mean, contrary to what Scott's saying, like I hope he's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the way it's going, I don't really see it, bro. I mean, I know this shoe is gonna be different, but I don't think it's gonna be as hard as it was 4 months ago. You know what I'm saying?
You're
It
confident
might
with that
it
now.
might be a little bit more difficult than this Ginger 14 was, or the Concord 5 was, or like the last 7 retros that came out. Really, like I mean, the citrus is everything is easy to get release day now.
So,
Whereas
so
months ago, if you didn't hit, you waiting on restock, yeah, but ain't no guarantee you're gonna hit a restock either. So a lot of
so
people end up going to pay reset. So if you get
so
hit, that's gonna bring down the resale market too.
something let's share the screen on what the Dark Iris is doing in terms of StockX at the moment. That this the Dark Iris isn't even released at this
Right.
moment in time, right?
I think
And
it's gonna be
you're still
200. So that's gonna
yeah
be what, like 180 for y'all,
yeah
175.
exactly. So it's gonna be retail. It's gonna literally be sold on StockX for retail. Like that's what levels we're talking about. Like, like the purple canyons that we're going to see come out pretty soon. You guys are going to see it in October. Let me just pull up the purple canyon resale because basically like the it's interesting. It's really interesting to see that there's no hype on some of these sneakers. And I know you don't like the purple canyon at all, but like a lot of people do, and a lot of people are still picking these up. But unfortunately, like when you look at when you actually look at the resale on them, it's nothing. I'm just loading this up at the moment to show you guys. It is literally nothing, and you guys are gonna get this in October time, and we're gonna get this at the end of August, right? And like, let me just pull this up quickly. And look, bro, there's nothing. This it's like you're looking at the male sizes 12 and a half, 12.5 is 10, I think, and that's 220. That's nothing. It hasn't even released yet, bro. It has not even released.
Hey man, you we look at it as a good thing because we in it to buy and rock. So it's it's good news. It's just good
Yeah,
news, more good news. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand like because I'm on Twitter, so I see all the negativity that come with the sneaker game too. Because you see all the negativity in anything that you
yeah.
follow on Twitter, but a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people having the adverse reaction because they wasn't in it for the same reason we in it.
Yeah, the thing is, like I said on the podcast, this is the time and place where you're gonna realize who is really here for sneakers and who's really here for the money, and like for us, it's a good thing because it's a positive thing for us because we we keep assisting and we keep assisting and assisting to people that want it.
Yeah,
And right this moment in time, bro, if you said to me or Scott, especially Scott, yo, give me a taxi, bro. That'll be shipped the next day. That's how easy it is at the moment, and it's just ridiculous. The European market don't know how to handle resale. They shit, they shit themselves and flip for. Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. Like there's spectrums of resale and like short term resale. If it's not hyped, short term resale is dead. And even when it's hyped, the prices for the resale in the specialized sneakers is ridiculous. Who like the Mocha one? No, the Travis Scott reverse mochas. They're ridiculous price, bro. You're talking crazy numbers. It's almost like they want to make up the numbers because they know the fact that they're losing money here, and they want to amp up the price for specialized sneakers because it makes
yeah,
they aren't earning as much as
you
from
have to.
general releases.
You have to. I mean, and that makes sense. So you know, luckily we don't go too far into the resale game. As far as buying, so if I miss something I really want, I miss it unless I catch a restock or whatever. I mean, and that's fine.
Yep,
But we that's it's cause and effect, bro. You know,
yep.
the
Um,
shoes starting to become more available. Is the root and
I'm
whatever.
gonna pull this out. You know the Purple Canyons. Like, to be honest, any Jordan 4 that's not desired, even the Zen Master 4s, or what you want to call them, the Amphius Wave 4s, like they remind me of this Raptor 4, right? I know some people found this really hard to get. I got my hands on 4 pairs of these,
That
right?
ain't as hard to get as the green one is.
Yeah, yeah, but like what I'm trying to say is when there was no hype on this, this is this sneaker resonates with me quite a bit because basically this is a sneaker that was so easy to get, and this is like a taxi. This is a representation of the taxi one as we speak. Because now several years down the line, this is now at a price where it's unattainable for a lot of people. And the taxi ones are going to do the same thing. There's a difference between long term hold and short term hold. There is no short term hold on like taxi ones. It's not even worth it because what you pay is what you're going to get back or at a loss as well. But when you talk about long term hold, this is definitely a sneaker that is like taxi ones is definitely a sneaker that's going to do something like this, where it's going to be like 3, 4, 500 pounds in the next 3 to 4 years. So like, if you like, Scott's right. Scott's definitely right. There's a lot of people don't know how to manage the resale market in Europe, and a lot of people are in it for the uh, short term aspect of it because basically they think it's quick money, but it's not. It's not quick money anymore, and this is why there will be a lot of people in the game that will lose out or won't be around because basically they haven't got the capital to stock and control the market.
I tell you what, also, and I'm pretty sure this is affecting some of the game, but a lot of people starting to get banged up for the getting them loans during the pandemic. and not paying them back and not having legitimate businesses and whatnot to be able to, show people, not having records and all this type of stuff. So we know a lot of people was getting money during the pandemic from the government.
Yeah.
And the government, the money that ran out, people ain't got nothing to show for it but a room full of shoes. And yeah, the price is gonna go down because you're trying to get rid of this stuff now. You got to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
up with
yeah.
some money now. You're gonna go to jail.
Hey,
So
look! Vaughn's in the house, bro. What do you think?
listen, man.
What do you think determines the resale value of shoes? Is it to promote hype, supply versus demand, or speculating at asking price? I think hype on a sneaker definitely provides a aspect of demand. The
Yeah,
more hyped it is, the more hyped it is, the more it feels like now it's more limited. So that amps the hype on demand, and obviously supply and demand is a massive thing. If the supply outweighs the demand, it's gonna sit. And to be honest, even if the supply is high, supply is low now, and the demand is high, I still think due to the economical crisis we're facing at this moment in time, a lot of people can't afford to kind of go and buy the sneakers. So the demand is start automatically at a low level again. So it affects the demand.
right.
So speculation of resellers always speculate on sneakers anyway. Resellers always going to speculate and amp up the hype on sneakers because they want to either pre-order, sell for high prices, or basically post order and basically resell afterwards. So they're always going to be these resellers out there. They're going to say, oh, there's only 3,000 stock, or 5,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 just to amp up the price, and make some sort of income off it. And that's a tactic that resellers use. But unfortunately, if you're not savvy to it, you get caught out. And
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
I think both um two of those statements are true. I do believe it's and demand. I think that's part of what why we seeing what we're seeing now, because I think
Yep.
the brands are catching up on supply since the world kind of started opening back up,
Yep. Yep.
and even with all the supply chain this and that, because we know Nike and Jordan been pumping out pairs, and it's been steady, and it's always, you know, quote unquote restocks. Whether you want to believe it's an actual restock or they holding shoes is up to you. But
We know the situation, bro. We
yeah,
know
so we
drip feeding. Drip feeding is a massive thing. In
yeah, but
terms of
also I think speculation is kind of like a thing of the past because everybody gonna run the StockX. If you're trying to
yeah,
sell a
yeah.
shoe, that's the
That
first thing you're gonna do.
that comment is so true. It's the buyer that
Yeah,
dictates the price. But the only caveat I say to that is if there's one entity out there that picks up every single pair and they control the price of that sneaker, so it's the buyer, it's the seller that sets the price. And the prime example is the trophy ones. The prime example is the fragment ones, Travis Scott fragment ones. If you have a consortium of 5 to 6 people pick up all of the sneakers, or they get backdoor to these 5 or 6 people, it's game over because they control that market. But if you're talking about a GR sneaker, and if you're talking about a sneaker that's not as limited as those hype sneakers, then yeah, it depends on the buyer. The buyer, majority of the time, the buyer always dictates the price of what he's willing to pay. And if you're not, if you the thing is, with very limited sneakers like trophy room ones, and like trophy room ones especially, if you know people want it, if you don't buy it, somebody else will buy it.
nah, I mean, look, the, eh, why prices are what they are. It's so many different right answers for that. I feel like so uh, we to call it speculation. I think it's somewhat true, but at the same time, everybody running the StockX right now. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody picking up prices in their head. They running the check StockX to
Do,
see what somebody paid for it. They're
do,
trying
do
to
you
get
do you
that.
feel do you really feel that some of these do you feel like some of these big resellers are actually annoyed at that the fact that StockX is around, because it now you have inexperienced resellers you have unexperienced resellers, and basically what they end up doing is going to StockX and undercutting them because they want a quick sell.
Man, I mean, it makes sense though. It I'd rather sell face to face than online because you're gonna lose a little bit, even if you charge the same price. If the person is willing to pay you what they see the price is on StockX,
Yeah.
I'd rather take that in person than try to get that from StockX because you're gonna
So,
take that little bit
so
of cost.
I'm going to address Vaughn's comment there. So there's no suggested retail at this moment on boxes. You used
Right.
to have it in the US, but there's no suggested retail because um, it feels like to me that there's like, especially in the UK, some taxis are £155, some taxis are 150, some taxis are 165, some taxis are 170. Some people are actually selling sneakers and stuff selling for from Sweden with the import charges 189. So, bro, like from that perspective, in the UK and the EU, we never had that label recommended retail price on our or suggested price on our boxes. Never, we've never had it. It's only
So
it's
the
only been
price
the
is
US
still
that you, yeah. So
I
it's
mean,
only
y'all
it's
use
only
comparison.
yeah, but it's also that also comes down to the exchange rate. So basically, if the exchange rate goes up and down, the prices need to get adjusted. So if the exchange rate matches the US, so all of a sudden our prices get lowered because the US prices, well, I mean this other way. Sorry.
I know what you
If
mean.
the pound, yeah, if the pounds are high, the pound is high. The cost of a sneaker will be low for us because obviously it won't be $180 or 180 or $170 where we pay. It will be transversed into what its equivalent value is in pounds, and all of a sudden it costs 150 or 145, and that's always been the issue. That's why there's no recommended retail price on our boxes. But I think what Warren's saying is, yeah, of course, is that's something that's taken away from the US at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they did it as soon as we got word that they was raising prices on stuff, so I just chopped it
Yeah,
up.
yeah. This Scott says it better than I did. There you go. And basically, I wanna just address this question as well. Let's face it, some people aren't even willing to pay the retail on shoes now. Um, that's that is a big question because prices on sneakers have gone up just because of what we're facing in terms of the economical crisis. But prices are never going to go back down. Never.
No, 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 they ain't going down for sure.
What even after the turmoil, even after all this turmoil we're gonna have, and we resolve these issues, like this economical issue we have, the conflicts we have, the fuel, like or everything, just everything. Once it's all done, Nike is just gonna sit there and say, "Price is what it is.
yeah,
It's
I
never
mean,
coming down."
that's what they've been doing. I mean, people still buying. Don't get, especially. I mean, they just got a big bump. Like I'm pretty sure. I mean, obviously, back to school is one of the biggest shopping times of the year. Like probably outside of Christmas
Yeah,
is probably it might be the biggest outside of Christmas. To be honest with in the U.S. for sure, I know it is because in it a month a month before school starts, you expect to be out there with people when you go shopping. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
everybody got out there topping up everything, and that was part of. I feel like that might even be part of why some sneakers did sell as much as they did a couple of months ago. You know what I'm saying? Leading up until today, because most kids back in school now, so stuff finna start sitting a little bit more because people ain't out there buying shoes for their kids to go back to school.
So, I in terms of just sneakers going on sale, do you if you're savvy, if you're really savvy at this moment
Seen
in
that go on
time,
sale yet? Ain't seen nothing go on. I haven't seen anything go on sale yet.
we got. I'm
I
gonna tell you
think
now.
I think
We
it's coming.
in it's coming, and I can tell you, playoff
What?
12s went on sale. Play in the UK, playoff 12s went on sale. Midnight Navy sixes will go on sale. Green Bean fives will go on sale. if I don't think taxi ones will be around much longer for another couple of weeks. They'll be gone after the next couple of weeks because people keep picking them up. But the handcrafted ones went on sale, like
Mm.
here. So in respect to that, and the handcrafted one was a big release, like a big release. But in respect to that, like there are going to be situations when the sneakers are going on sale, and if you're savvy enough and you kind of work out what sneakers are going to go on sale, you can save yourself a lot of money, bro. A lot of money.
It started happening over here yet.
It will. It
We'll see.
will.
Yeah. I think it's gonna start with these last couple of releases we had, like the green beans, because if they're
Yeah.
sitting online, they're gonna end up in the outlets, or they're gonna end up going on sale online.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
got we
Exactly.
got holidays coming up too. Hey,
I just wanna address what Scott's just said. Let's address the Jordan One situation. Actually, they're actually sitting, and same reason why the same reason why NMDs and Ultra Boost. I do feel some sort of I don't feel some sort of way. I do feel that yeah, Jordan brand basically oversaturated the Jordan One market as well, like they're doing with the dunk market. I do feel that yeah, there's a lot. There's if you count the amount of colorways that came out just in COVID, there was quite a lot. Wasn't there like 200 plus models for last year that were counted? Did we counting highs, lows, mids?
yeah, OGs, 85s, all of them.
Yeah,
I
all of
mean,
them. So
they saturating the game with mids.
yeah,
Like it's so many. Every high that come out got a mid variation. You know what I'm saying? And people
yeah.
are riding the hell out of mids, bro. I mean, some people loving them, like, and I ain't got nothing against them, but they selling way more mids than they are highs because when sometimes when they make the highs, ain't that
So
many.
so I don't understand that comment. You know more than me because you're in the US, bro. What's this Inflation Reduction Act?
He told Biden's Inflation Reduction Act is gonna bring the sneaker game back. Nah, I mean, hopefully it'll bring the economy back. I mean, that's something to pay attention to, Miss B. I ain't gonna lie, because I did think about that in a different way. Because it's going so bad now, but it's gonna come back eventually.
Yeah,
But
yeah, of
yeah,
course, of course.
it could come back a little bit. So
I can tell you there's a couple of enjoy it while you can. Trust me, enjoy it while you can
Mhm,
because there's a couple of
mhm.
key factors at this moment in time that's going to really impact the sneaker game going forwards. So one of the critical points I feel is just off the bat, bro. Just off the bat, it's going to be that Nike Jordan movie. I think it's going to reignite some of the love for Jordans again, like the Last Dance. Not as much as I don't think it's going to be as impactful because the Last Dance showcased a lot more sneakers than I think this documentary will. But I still think it'll have some sort of impact on the sneaker game because it'll reignite the imagination of what Jordan went through in the early days before he joined Nike and of the conversations he had with Adidas and the conversations we had with other brands and how Nike really dedicated themselves to get Michael Jordan. So I think that's gonna be a impactful point. But I truly believe like in the next 2 to 3 years when Nike decide to do direct to customer service and increase their direct to customer sales, that's going to enable Nike to control their sneaker market even more than it is now.
I don't know if that's going that wouldn't matter as much in our world, but
Yeah.
they still killing. I mean, most of the brands they already not the brands. I'm sorry, most of the shoe stores they already then got cut down. So
Yeah, I
especially
can see.
especially Foot Locker and Champs.
Yeah, but I can still see more of reductions going forwards. If I'm honest, because
Oh,
basically the more products you have in house, the more you can control that market. And last thing Nike want is to see any deflated hype on their silhouettes.
yo, think about this: the Rebellionaires, right? Mom and pop release, independent brand release,
Yeah,
the Visionaires, independent release, mom and pop release, just like the Rebellion has. The Chicago, we now know the Chicago Reimagined is actually called
Lost and found.
Lost and Found.
Yeah.
It's ode to mom and pops stores back in the day
Yeah,
when
yeah.
the Jordan ones first came out. What if the Chicago's is also a mom and pop release?
Nah, it's not gonna be, bro. It's not gonna be. I know. It's wish. I know it's wishful thinking, but I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be.
Nah, I ain't saying it's wishful thinking because if that was the case, that means I'm gonna have to make sure I get two of them so I can send you one. Well, shit, I'm gonna have to get that one. I'm gonna have to get you one. I'm gonna have to because ain't none of y'all in the U.S. But no, y'all got the visionary release over there, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was Visionaire was easy cop. It was Visionaire was easy cop. But yeah, it's just for me, it's gonna be interesting to see like what happens with that release. I'm not gonna give my thoughts on it yet, but I'm gonna do another review and showcasing all three of these taxi ones, and I'll give you my opinion on the Chicago one. I have my thoughts on it. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself at this moment in time until you see the video. But I'm confident. I'm confident with what my analysis is, but like, bro, like it's. I think a lot of tough choices getting made right this moment in time, and I think a lot of people are strategizing their releases at this moment or their cops at this moment because I feel they know, especially if you live in the UK. When October hits, you're gonna get that 45% increase in your bills. That's gonna have a major impact. And then on top of that, going forwards after that, in next year, there's another increase in February time or March or whatever it is. And then there's expected that's gonna be another massive increase. So our bills could go, or just a gas electric bills, power bills and stuff like that could go over and above. So I truly believe people are right this moment in time strategizing with their sneakers they're getting. What's up, Blazing Guns? I do believe like what's up, bro? I do believe that a lot of people are making some difficult choices in their releases. So that could mean they're either gearing up to get what they want to get, or like either grails or either hype stuff, and that's it. That's it. This is why we're seeing anything in the interim just be lost on the wayside. So like
Yeah,
Green Bean
some
Five,
a lot of
Midnight
people
96.
out. A lot of people just out. A lot of people
Yeah,
ain't. They ain't. They wasn't in it for. They wasn't in it to stay, and
but there's a
now
lot
that
of people
they
that,
had a long time, they out.
there's a lot of people that sneakers and they're out because they can't afford to keep up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I wasn't being specific when I was saying
Yeah.
that.
But this is the problem as well. Keeping up with the sneakers is a huge problem, bro. Because there's a saying in the UK, keeping up appearances. I don't know if you know what it means. It just basically is making sure you keep buying the latest thing because you want to show people, yeah, I got this, 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 and they don't. Some people don't wear their sneakers for sure, but like we wear our sneakers and I always try and buy what I like at the end of the day. But there's all people that will buy stuff that they just want to buy stuff because it's just there. And people like that will start to struggle a lot
Yeah,
because keeping
and
up appearances is not a good thing, bro. Not a good thing at all.
it is what it is. I mean, hey, it's different, bro. It's over. The resale game that we know is officially over. Resale ain't dead because StockX and Flight Club and Goat and all them is still a thing. So
Oh, but you
you
but
can't
you say that.
officially say it's dead. But this ain't look. This ain't your little brother's resale game no. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but StockX had to get rid of a lot of stuff recently
Yeah,
because that's just a testament to what's happening with as we currently speak. What is actually happening? How it's affecting margins? If StockX are literally what didn't they get rid of 8,000 staff and then they got no is it 8% staff and then they've got rid of 12% staff before that. So in total, they lost 20% of their staff, realistically speaking. But like it is affecting margins here, bro. It like if you really think about it, nobody's selling if nobody's selling the new stuff that's coming out, eventually once the old stuff's gone and you start looking at what else is there, there's nothing else except for like maybe Travis Scott or a Meunier or a Union, and that depends on what union you're talking about.
Hey man, it's it's always been it's always been focused on that, but now that focus, the laser on that focus then got real thin. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks ain't with it, bro. They falling off. A lot of a lot of people's favorite sneakerheads.
Yep. The best quote of the day. I feel like the trend, focus and trend. Yep, that's what we just talked about. The focus and trend now be on hype sneakers rather than in just general GR sneakers. Um, and this is why I've had three taxis sitting here because that was a GR release. Like that's the equivalent of what the Pollens did last year. I had how many? I had like to be honest, I had 7 Pollens in my rotation last year because I've given them out to people for retail. But like in the equivalent, I could possibly have 7 taxis here if I wanted to right this moment in time.
Yeah, I know you
That
could.
this is the same. This is it's not the same situation. It's definitely not the same situation. But realistically speaking, that could be the same situation if I wanted it to be.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
believe it.
so
It's been like that for you for a lot of stuff for a long
yeah.
time, and it's good. It seems like it's
And now you guys are getting the you're now you guys are like feeling that luxury of you know what, this is the greatest feeling ever in the world is to go to a shop and to see the sneaker sitting there and just say I want that size please.
bro. I purposely, I knowingly entered one single raffle, because I knew I was going to hit.
Bro,
They got nothing but points.
you answer Squat's question because I've got my own opinion I'm going to say in the video. But it's cute. Are you? What do you think is going to happen with the Chicago, bro? Is it going to be? Is it going to be easy cup?
I'm starting to think it's going to be kind of easy. I ain't gonna say out of 10 as far as difficulty. I would still give it like a maybe a
Eight.
6 or 7.
I still
I'll say a six
I
or seven.
praise the Lord, he's been converted.
I say 6 or 7 right now. Like right now at this moment, I would give it a 6 or 7, because I really think it's gonna be a whole lot of pairs of that shit. It's gonna be a whole lot of
Bro,
pairs
I keep
because
saying I keep
that the theme, the official theme, makes me believe that, because look at what happened with the Visionaries. It's 30 million pairs of Visionaries. They sitting right now. Visionaries of Volt Chicago Jordan 1 with special material and special packaging is still sitting right now. It's
I
been out for what, 3 months?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna just answer Vaughn's question.
Bro, that
I
shoe.
think there's
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm I'm gonna say yeah the thing is though there's been a big impact in the bots and botters recently because basically the prices of the bots have been decreasing in value. The lot it's
I
been
see
more
bottles.
saturated.
I see bottles complaining on Twitter all the time. They
It's
need
really
more
hard to yep, yep. It came to just on the pinnacle of COVID. We found it was getting oversaturated. The bot was finding it was getting oversaturated, harder to cop. They were investing hundreds of pounds or hundreds of dollars into copying just 1 or 2 pairs, and it wasn't really cost effective. And the bot prices, the bots themselves decreased in price. People were losing money because now then they started selling bots more or less than getting sneakers. And yeah, now if you really think about it, if you're a botter, you're sitting here and you're like, what release should I go for? What release should I go for? It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to make choices. Yeah, I agree with this. I'm just gonna say the Visionaire ain't in Chicago. It definitely isn't in Chicago. But I'm
no,
gonna
I'm
give you
talking about the color blocking when I say Chicago.
yeah.
That's why I said vote.
But I'm gonna
If that vote green was red, it'll be a Chicago. It's
yeah,
what
yeah.
we get. It's what is the lost and found Jordan 1. That's what we get. It's
All
it's
right, bro.
red Visionaire. I get.
I'm gonna say
That's exactly
I'm
what
def
it is, bro. Do I have to pull out the
I'm
Visionary and pull up a picture of the Chicago right now? Because now that we've actually seen real pictures of it, like I get what Scott's saying, but this
mhm.
this this lost and found Chicago that we getting this year is not a Chicago. You get what I'm saying?
But by the way, yeah, I agree with you. Too fat.
It ain't a
it's not a Chicago.
2015. It ain't
No,
none,
no, no, it's not.
it ain't none of the prior Chicago, and all of those were different, granted.
Okay,
But
cool.
the ones that are coveted, like the ones that people still paying thousands of dollars for now, that's not what we getting this year. You know what I'm saying? It's
You
gonna be more like
you
a Visionaire, and it's gonna be like any OG Chicago they ever released, and
so
it ain't like so. I think they're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be a
give
little.
you I'm gonna give you a few pointers here. OG's always big stock. It's still OG Chicago, even though it's called
I mean,
Lost and
it's
Found.
OG colorway, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's the end of the year. Jordan Brand, Nike Brand want to release a lot whole big stock of sneakers because basically it's gonna amp up their price,
It ain't,
amp up their
it ain't gonna be like a UNC one or a Hyper
no, no.
Royal or a
and
Pine.
and
It ain't finna Royal Tote, Court Purple. It ain't. That's
and
all those
also
releases, I think will top this release we getting this year as far as
uh,
getting it.
and and but by the way, I'm gonna say this: people had pairs in April time, bro. People had pairs in April time. That's if you can't add up the dots and connect the lines, I feel sorry for you guys because
Well,
basically, if people had pairs in April, May time, yes,
you know
it's
why?
going to be a big release.
Because this time last year in August you would have to pay six, $700, $800 to get that shoe early.
Yep.
Now probably get it for 300, 250 probably.
I agree. I agree with what Scott's saying. I agree with what Scott's saying. It's the production line is less than any other Jordan, but unfortunately, I think this might be a different situation. And by the way, I'm going to tell you one thing, right? Jenny, shout to sis Jenny,
They released
right?
a Brazilian visionary, bro.
Yeah. Um, what I'm gonna definitely say is Chicago is the most anticipated sneaker in our time at this moment. It definitely is. But I'm gonna say one thing to you: talk to Jenny and tell her to send you a picture of the Visioneer and how it's cracked. Tell her,
No,
ask her, bro,
I'm gonna
ask
see it
her.
I'm gonna see it when I buzz mine up.
Yeah, bro, she's worn it 2 3 times and the paint is cracking. The
It's
paint is. I
supposed
was
to.
like, it's supposed to, yeah, but is not in a good way either, bro. So
Yeah.
if you see a lot of people before, and I guarantee, if you see a lot of people to kind of drop images of the Visionaire and how the crackle paint is splitting apart and it doesn't look that great, a lot of people might change your mind on Chicago. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, whew, yeah, yeah, because if you think of like I said, it's that theme, bro. Seeing the official theme of the shoe and the official packaging of the shoe is looking like that might be what they're going for, like that, like
I
the rebellionaires. You know what I'm saying? They all got cracked paint, like the bleach. What is it? Bleach coral and the other ones. You know, this cracked paint. That's what they going for. Maybe they got to wear test the shoes, right? They got to
yeah,
throw them on a treadmill and see what's gonna happen to them.
yeah.
So
So okay, cool. When's the last time we saw? Did we see the Taxi ones? Did anybody review or anybody have a mass stock of the Taxi ones before they released? I can't remember that, bro.
no,
Do you know
we
anybody that
ain't seen
had
them
Taxi?
type of pictures no more.
Yeah, yeah, but we've seen people, we've seen a lot of people, a lot of resellers, be it fake or real. Um, we've seen a lot of people have the Chicago one, already in their hands. I know one of your what the person in question that we actually kind of like, let's the person in question that we actually
Unidentified
gave us
source.
information. Yeah, that our source basically touched Chicago's already, bro.
Uh, I cannot confirm that. Um,
I thought I, I
nah,
thought he did.
nah, he may have. But we have to talk about that off camera, but I don't think so. I don't
All
think
right.
so.
Let's not start the conversation with quality. It was like production quality. Nike are beat. Well, no. To be honest, let's be fair. The last couple of releases, I'm telling you, all the sneaker day releases are dope. Like the Canyon Purples, the Taxi ones, the Air Max One Yellow Tours, and even Air Max Air Force One. The quality on them is dope, dope quality, 100% dope quality. That they come up with the quality, the QCs are being on point. I have seen three. I've got three taxis right here, and there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with the quality on them. No glue stains, no nothing. It's on point, bro.
Yeah,
So
these pretty good. I did see a little. I see a little bit of a glue stain on each shoe, but outside of that, these solid, bro. So like, I do feel like it do seem like they kind of have made a conscious effort to step up the
yeah.
quality. And so many complaints, especially with Crimson
Oh,
Fours.
but by the way, I'm disappointed that the taxi ones didn't actually come with extra laces. But
Yeah,
I did say one thing about in my review, and that was I'm gonna pull this out. They've got a dope insole, bro.
yeah,
That this is a premium insole on it. Like when it's not like that fat. It's not like that other insole which is absolutely rubbish. It is a
yeah,
dope insole. Dope insole. Like it's like this really thick insole.
yeah. The regular
So
ones they flatten out so quick.
yeah. So
Couple of
it does feel like to me that they've increased the quality. Somebody's put their feet in this bloody thing. It does feel like it's probably me. This my size, is it? Yeah. It probably it does feel like it's my sneaker. This is why it's got hair in it. It does feel like they've increased their quality. They've increased their basically the materials in the sneakers that they give a bit more, but I would love to see more laces with this Jordan one because I was hopefully a sail lace or white lace or a taxi lace would have been dope for this. To be honest,
I mean, lace is so abundant nowadays. You can find
yeah,
whatever
boxer
or
laces.
make your own lace.
So what do you think is going to happen in the next couple of years in the sneaker? Do you think that we're just going to see more sneakers sit?
I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to try to think too far ahead. I'm just gonna stay in the moment right now because it's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of moving parts in the world that's you know colliding against each other. So ain't no telling what the hell
Oh,
people
and
finna
by
do.
the way, the laces are a bit different as well. They're not these thin flat laces. They're actually really thick flat laces. So yeah, so and in respect to that, yeah, this is yeah, definitely dope sneaker. Taxi one's a dope sneaker, but yeah, it's good to see that just around this conversation of it's good to see that we're getting sneakers that are sitting. It's good to see that people are actually can go to the shop and actually even wait to get sneakers in hand because basically it just means that you don't need to hurry up, go and purchase a sneaker, like go and purchase your sneaker and kind of like wait for it, and you can just on many occasions I've walked in. I know they're air trainers, I know Midnight Navy Sixes, but I've actually just walked into the shop, picked them up on release day, and walked back out, and it's felt good. Like, okay, cool, I've got my trainer, I've got my sneaker, bang, it's good, I'm ready to go. I'm just gonna wear it. I can do what I want with it. I can even in sometimes you can go in the shop, try the sneaker on, see if it fits you, if the size one fits you as well. It's good. That's how it should always have been. And like it's good that we're going back to that. And Scott says the bubbles burst. That's what that's what it is. Will come back. Yeah, definitely. At this moment in time, the bubble is definitely burst,
Yeah, it's
and we're seeing.
properly busting it right now.
Yeah, I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked that the Ginger 14s, that the Toro 14 sold out. The Ginger 14s are still
bro.
sitting, and the Dark Iris 3 and the Stealth 12s were offered for less than retail
Less than
backdoor.
retail, bro.
It's like I'm surprised that the backdoor didn't say I'll give you £10 on top of that to take it back out.
Out of all the people I know in the sneaker game, I ain't never heard that before. Cause I don't
Yeah,
ain't none of the people that I know that actually sell moving super duper units. Like ain't nobody I don't know nobody doing Zeta kicks numbers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
I didn't see a whole lot of pairs around different people, but when I heard that, man, I'm like, hold on. that, that means something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. Course it means something because basically, when we talk about resale, resale is predominantly something that's inherent in the blood for the US market. And when you talk about resale in terms of that, when you told me on Sunday after we recorded the Shooter podcast, and literally we were talking about it on the Shooter podcast, and you called me an hour later and you was like, "Yo, bro, Dark Iris has been offered for below retail." I was like, "What?"
Hmm.
And let's just get this right. Let's just that Jordan 3 Dark Iris is a dope sneaker, dope sneaker.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it don't matter. Like Citrus Sevens, bro. Like the same person told me Stealth 12s. Like they all dope, and it's. I mean the Concord fives ain't dope. These 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 ain't dope.
Yep. So
Everything dope, bro. New Balance
let's
550, bro. New Balance
let's
550 run the world right now. They restocking
yeah.
like this,
And
and they
that's the new wave. That New Balance 5, New Balance is the wave. New Balance is the wave at the moment. But I'm just get away from Chicago. So we're not talking about Chicago twos or ones. Last thing, what's your prediction with the fire red threes? Or we just lost Q? I think we might have
it
lost Q. So go on, bro. What's your prediction for the fire red threes?
ain't gonna be as easy as the sevens were. Um,
You reckon Citrus sevens? Yeah.
nah, I don't think so. Uh, it might be a little tough just because it's a fire red three. But I think a lot of people got the shoe mistaken too. Uh, I see a lot of people saying it looked less like the OG, but it actually looked more like the OG. If you put
Yeah,
the picture of the OG and this new version next to each other, it looks more like the OG than it does like the ones in between. So
yeah. I was, yeah. It is replicating the OG, but everybody's used to that darker elephant print with the re retros, and that's the difference. Because now, to me, it looks more like a Katrina one, Katrina
but
3.
that if you can find a clean like new looking picture of the OGs, the elephant print ain't that dark. It kind of
Yeah,
got darker. It gets darker over time when you see old pictures of the shoe.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And but by the way, Scott's like let them have their New Balance way because it's a good thing that the concentration of the resale has gone to New Balance because we just want our Jordans and Air Maxes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So it is what it is, bro. It's a calmed down version of what we used to, way calmed
yeah.
down version of what we used to, and to refocus on stuff that was hard to get, making it even more hard to get.
Yep. So just on that note, do you want to round off what we just talked about? You want to round it off in one sentence?
The resale game is on life support. It's on life.
I was expecting you to say that as well. I thought you were gonna say the resale game is dead, but yeah, that's a better way. That's a better way of putting it. The resale game is officially on life support, and somebody needs to go over and turn the switch off.
Yeah, I'm gonna say turn it off. Yeah, turn it off. Because I mean, look, whoever running StockX, they done made their money. I'm gonna say this. and wish everybody that needs a job that work at StockX. Hopefully they can find another job immediately, and StockX just go under.
Yeah, yeah.
StockX
Oh,
bombs. You know what I'm saying?
bro, like for sure. I definitely for sure see like the stuff like StockX, stuff like StockX and Go and Clicked, all of that stuff. They will start to rely on older releases or people that missed out on older releases. That short term value is gone now. Like if some people miss out on taxis, and the next year, the people that go and pick up taxis off StockX will pick them up for extortionate prices because basically, obviously, they missed out on the release. So that's definitely a thing that's going to happen going forwards. But short term wise, I don't think they're going to make a lot of money. Long term wise, I think they'll still be around to make that money for any older releases that's out there. There's always going to be resale, bro. There's always going to be resale. But unfortunately for us, bro, all the sneakers are starting to sit. Yay!
Damn StockX on the L. Long live sneakers. And now we can finally go in the store and pick a lot of a lot of your favorite sneaker reviewers and vloggers. They walking in and doing videos about these sitting. I'm seeing more and more of them every day, and I'm on Twitter, and they use the B word. Everything is the B word. They sent,
Yeah.
I mean, official pictures of the French Blue 13. Go in the comments. Go on Twitter and look at the French Blue 13 official pictures. Um, and you're gonna see the B word. Any official pictures that drop, you're gonna see the B
Oh,
word.
bro,
Trust
bro, bro, bro. And trust me when I say this. This will be in my rotation. I don't give a hootie
me.
lolly
I already know.
because this is a dope, dope
I already know.
13, bro.
That's why I ain't never asked you. We ain't talked about this shoe since we did the August release video, and you said what you had to say. And I ain't got to think about you with 13s. I already know what's going
You know the situation already. Yo, guys, don't, if you don't want to pick it up, don't pick it up. I don't care. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna style it. I'm gonna do whatever I want with it because it's such a great sneaker, bro. Like that blue, gray, and white. Yeah, come on, you killed it with that. That's almost like a Flint variation, but different color blockers all over the place. That is dope. Dope, dope, dope. So yeah, do what you need to do with what you feel is necessary because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm always gonna do what I'm gonna do. But yeah, bro, like it's just definitely, guys. Sneaker game is changing. It's going in a way that is beneficial to people that want to pick up sneakers, that want to go and see the sneakers in hand. A lot of the times when I've actually gone and picked up sneakers, what I've seen sneakers in hand has changed my mind. Like the sneakers day is a prime example of that, bro. Like I was on the fence with the Canyon Purples. That changed my mind when I actually saw it. I knew I was going to get the Taxi ones, but that actually increased my desire to get the Taxi ones. And then when I saw the Air Max One Tour Yellows on Sneakers Day, that is a dope sneaker. Even though I don't like, even though I don't like, or even though it's not my cup of tea. Air Max Ones are not my cup of tea. I basically. That's a dope release. And final question of the day is from Scott. He says, "So you want a taxi, bro?"
on. You gonna keep asking? Not right now, bro. Not right now. I'm gonna take my chances, and if I don't get it, I don't get it. It is what it is.
Yo, Scott. If I see if I see a size 10, I'm gonna pick it up for you. I'm gonna leave it there, and when you're ready, you can take it.
If not, you're gonna end up customizing it.
Simple as, bro. Simple as. But yeah, on that note, guys, like,
Ooh,
just
you could paint you could paint the front overlay blue and leave the back yellow.
no, no, bro, no, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the black tone, with the yellow in the back, with the blue on the toe cap. Bruh, come on, bro. That's dope. It's like a Laney.
There you go, bro. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But
Listen,
yeah,
if it's bro, ain't no more lines. I was gonna say that too. I know. We finna jump off, but I meant to say that earlier. But I ain't want to interrupt you. Ain't nobody in the store when I go to pick up now. You might see somebody in there browsing or whatever, but it ain't no more seeing people that you usually see going to pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Ain't no more people, 15, 20 people lined up at the door waiting on the store to open so they can,
Oh,
go on
damn.
and get.
Because
Uh,
they know it's easy. They know it's easy now. So
People ain't even. That's why it's pairs in store because
yeah,
people ain't even
yeah.
signing up for raffles no more. So
Oh,
that's why I knew I was gonna win because it's way less people signing up for raffles now. And when if a store only got one full size run, and
yeah.
we know if a store got 40 pairs, they might have three size 11s. And I said I'm gonna get one out of the four stores they let me enter for. I said I'm gonna get one of them. I knew I was, and that what happened.
Scott's just taking shots at you. But like, I'm gonna just call it now because basically we've been on for about an hour and 5 minutes. It's like a mini episode of the Shudo podcast. But on that note, guys, go and check the Shudo podcast out. We had a good conversation with sis. It was a really dope conversation. So go and check it out, guys. And but I'm gonna say one thing. I hate the word bricks because you
That's
can't
why I
build a
said the
house
B word.
without bricks.
That's why I
You
said the
can't
B
build
word.
a you can't build a house without bricks, and bricks build houses. So make sure you always get a brick in your collection. And on that note, guys, thank you for coming through. Thank you for joining in. And like I normally say, I hope you guys got the sneakers you like because you all deserve to get the sneakers you want. And it's becoming really easier now to get the sneakers you want because they're actually sitting.
Yeah, great things, man.
Okay, cool. Get yourself in store. Go and see the sneaker. Make sure it suits you. And if you have to wait, even wait for the sale price if it does come through sale and if it
I
does
need to be able to
heavily
try
sit.
it on.
And try it on, yes. Try it on your sneakers. Finally, you can go and put that Jordan on your feet and actually see how it fits. And on that note, bro, do you say anything you want to say before we call it?
Nah, man, that's about it. Appreciate everybody.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys, and stay tuned because we have more information, more content, and more Shudo podcasts coming soon. And maybe we can get Warren on there one day. Be quite a good conversation with him.
Yeah, for sure, Mr. V. Come on the podcast for sure.
On that note, peace out, guys. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.